I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I really, 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 really want a zigzag. Good thing, Geraldo. Thanks. Hey guys, welcome to the video. I just want to come on here and do a quick video because, you know, the past couple of videos I've been doing pickup videos. I've been doing kind of going out to JB Hi-Fi. They had buy one, get one free sales on. And I've been taking most advantage of it. Now, in my other videos, you know I've been saying, now obviously I wanted to get my hands on a Nightmare on Elm Street, the box set, the one where it's got everything in one, but I can't find it. I'd have to buy it online and I don't want to buy it online. Same with the Connery Bond films. I want to get that box set, but at the same time, it's only online. And I can say, thanks to a comment in the first video I posted by Michael Watson 100, I was able to find them. I was able to find them. I have my hands on them. I got them. Look at this. I got them. That's going to be a thumbnail. How good is this? Look at these. I know this could have been better if it was all in like different packaging, and this could have been better if it was all like individually. But look, I know how it is these days. If they put these out, they're less likely to put out the individual ones. I get it. So let me tilt this so it's actually not looking crooked. I got these. Thanks, Michael Watson, for calling out that it was at Roselands, JB, because I wouldn't have known that otherwise. And then I went there literally the same day I saw that comment. I literally went straight to Roselands, and I got my hands on these. And I spent 3 hours in the shop because they had so much that I was just looking at. So I'm going to show you some of the purchases I got. But these were the two I went there for. I'm going to put them on the shelf right now. So I got my hands on A Nightmare on Elm Street and the Connery Bond collection. So, you know, the Connery Bonds, which Connery is my favorite Bond. That's why I had to have it. I would like to see Roger Moore's collection out at some point, but I know the Daniel Craig one's out there, but I've already got the Daniel Craigs individually. So yeah, I would want to see Pierce Brosnan. I would want to see, you know, Timothy Dalton, George Lazenby on 4K. I would like to see all the Bonds. I would even like to see the Connery Bond, the unofficial one, you know, Never Say Never Again, is it? Or is that the one I'm thinking of? Yeah, Never Say Never Again. It's not in the Bond collection, so that's the unofficial one. I'd like to see all that. But I'm going to show you what else I picked up, because I actually came past quite a few things that I've been looking for. Or that I just wanted to pick up. Let's just be honest, I just wanted them. So, I'm going to show you what I picked up. I'm going to start with, let's see here, what's the least confronting? I'll start with the 36.95 ones. So I went to 36.95, and I obviously got a few things. I got Sinners, because never seen it. Never seen Sinners, but I've been planning to watch this for the longest time. This was initially written as a Blade sequel, from my understanding, but then, you know, when they didn't end up making a fourth Blade movie, it obviously transformed into what Sinners became. So I do want to see how much of that identity has remained, how much was kind of based around Blade, or how much was at its fundamental core, how much is Blade-like. But I do want to see this movie. This has been on my radar for a very long time. I know it's available on streaming, but this is something I want to experience in the best format possible, and I want to give it a chance. So Sinners is in here. And as you know, it was buy one, get one free, so I basically said, okay, I've got Sinners. I would have paid for Sinners regardless. I got the Hurt Locker with it for free, basically. So I got the Hurt Locker for free. Obviously, I never really gave this much of a chance back in the day. It's kind of like Jarhead. I've never given these movies a big chance. I have watched them back in the day, but I just didn't give it much of a chance. Now I have been getting back into like those war sort of movies, so I do want to see what the Hurt Locker brings, you know? I want to see what it delivers. And I know some people might not like this movie, I know some people do, but I've been getting back into those sort of war movies. Like, you know, Jarhead I do want to give a chance as well. So this was basically free. It was $36.95 otherwise, but for free because I got Sinners. I also came past Edge of Tomorrow. Didn't even know this one was out on 4K. Don't have it in the collection, and also, you know, I'm a big fan of like Tom Cruise movies. I'm not a massive fan, but like if I come past a Tom Cruise movie, I'm gonna pick it up. You know, it's Tom Cruise. I will sit there and watch a Tom Cruise movie. You know, so yeah, and it's also the sci-fi one. You know, it's quite interesting. So obviously, yeah, got Edge of Tomorrow, and with that I got one Blu-ray with it. I could have went with the I could have continued down the 4K of get everything in 4K, but I ended up getting The Boys Season 4. Now, I know a lot of people have said about the finale, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but, you know, I know a lot of people were unsatisfied with the finale. I kind of half was satisfied with the finale. I mean, it could have been better. Everything can be better. But I still want it on Blu-ray. I could have got Gen V as well, but I didn't get Gen V because I don't care about Gen V. I care about the boys' main timeline, you know? I don't care about the spin-offs. I might watch Voight Rising when that comes out, just because Jensen Ackles, but other than that, yeah, you know? I got The Boys for free. Basically for free. Season 4, I have seasons 1 through 3, so this is going to hopefully complete that collection. When Season 5 comes out, I'll pick that up, and then it'll be complete. I'm still hoping for a 4K set with The Boys, but we've seen Sony not really care for that. We've seen, you know, there's not really much care to put into getting TV shows transferred to 4K. That's why we're having such a run of, like, not many shows on 4K. Now, I know Stranger Things got a 4K release, that's Netflix. This is different. I do want to watch The Boys. I don't know if Amazon will put it out on 4K. Next, I will show you the 26.98. Yeah, these were 30... No, these were $36.98, these ones I just showed you. They were $36.98. I might have said it wrong in the earlier part. But either way, these are $26.98. So obviously I came past North by Northwest. I went in looking for this one as well. This is one that I really wanted. It was not at any stores I could find. I wanted North by Northwest. I'm a Hitchcock fan. A lot of people know that I have a Hitchcock collection. North by Northwest needed to be in my collection. And while I was there, because you obviously get one for free, I saw that Sicario was out on 4K. Now, obviously, I have part 2 already. I've never watched the series. I do want to watch them through. It does look interesting. But I didn't want to watch part 2 without watching part 1. And now I've got part 1 on Blu-ray 4K. But obviously, I didn't even have it on Blu-ray. So, yeah, that's in the collection. Obviously, I paid for North by Northwest, and I would have paid $26.98 for North by Northwest regardless. So the fact that I got Sicario for free is basically a bonus. I'll show you the $24.98. I got Spinal Tap. I never seen Spinal Tap. Now, that's going to come as a shock to some of you. I have never seen This Is Spinal Tap. I would have bought this regardless, because for $24.98, I'll give it a chance. I know I need to watch it. I know I need to watch it. And that's one of the movies that I know that when I watch it, I will more than likely, 90% likely to enjoy that movie. So I got Spinal Tap. And for free, I got Solo. Now, a lot of you know from my last video, I got the other 2 Star Wars movies. I've got Last Jedi and also The Force Awakens, basically for free. Again, continuing that trait, I paid for Spinal Tap. I got this for free. For free. For free. Remember that. I have not paid for one Star Wars movie yet. I'm rebuilding this Star Wars collection for free. So just remember that. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I think I will show you next. Let me just see. Do I want to go with the $36.98s or do I want to go with the $35 ones or do I want to go with the $40 ones? I think the next one I will show you, I think the more intriguing one last is to finish on maybe the $40 ones. So yeah, I will go with the $34.98 ones next. So obviously I got The Quick and the Dead. It's a Western. I've never seen it before. But, you know, me with my Westerns, I absolutely love a Western. I actually do love a Western that I haven't seen, though. I do like to see Westerns that I haven't seen and expand that knowledge. So this is one of those Westerns I've never seen. The Quick and the Dead looks interesting. It's also got Russell Crowe and Leo in it. I mean, everyone knows I'm a massive Leo fan. Everyone knows I'm massive on Leonardo DiCaprio. And Russell Crowe's in there, you know. You know, pretty good. I did want to pick that up. When I saw it, I was like, you know what? I'll buy that even if it wasn't buy one, get one free. Because that's the type of stuff I go for. And so you might as well say I got this one for free. The Sugarland Express. Now, I am very much aware this was the directorial debut of Steven Spielberg. I'm very much aware that this is one of the first. I mean, didn't he also do Duel around the same time with the truck thing? But either way, this one I was like, yep, for free, I'm going to add that to the collection. I could have got The Conversation or whatever with Gene Hackman. That was another option if I didn't want to get this one. I didn't want to buy too many that I didn't want, but I also looked up the reviews for The Conversation. I know film buffs say you should like this movie. but I know based on what people are saying about the conversation, I know that I'm less likely to enjoy that movie, if that makes sense. I know that based on reviews that I've read, the conversation is more for the absolute film buffs. Now, I'm a film buff, but also this seems more along my line, you know, directorial debut from Steven Spielberg. So I did end up going with this over the conversation. I will pick up the conversation at some point if there's another sale down the line and, you know, it's more convenient to add to my collection for free at some point. But, you know, I just didn't want to spend a massive amount in this buy. So I got that one for free. Let's see here. I also came past The 40-Year-Old Virgin, which was an interesting one. It's one of those movies that I grew up watching. It's kind of hilarious. And, you know, Kelly Clarkson. Interesting. Very interesting movie. Like it. One of those kind of things Steve Carell really, was this his first role? Or maybe he'd done roles before that, but either way, I would have paid for that one. It was $34.98. I think it could have been a bit cheaper, but, you know, it is what it is. The fact that we're still getting 4Ks in Australia when every other service is pulling out of Australia, you know, Disney and such, it's good. So if I paid for the 40-Year-Old Virgin, that means I would have got something like Megan for free. So that one was for free, basically. For me, this was free. Because I would have bought the 40-Year-Old Virgin, so I got that for free. You know, this is what I'm showing. It's $34.98 otherwise, but I got for free because I got 40-Year-Old Virgin, and I definitely would have paid for 40-Year-Old Virgin regardless. I found The Graduate, which, you know, I have been meaning to watch this movie for the longest time. I have watched parts of it. I've educated myself by not watching the movie, but also watching just about every clip from the movie, which is pretty funny. So I know what happens in the movie, don't get me wrong, I know what happens in the movie, but it's one of those movies I've got to watch through. I've got to actually sit down and say, you know what, I'm watching it from minute 1 through to the end of the movie. I've got to do that. So I added this to my collection. I would have bought this regardless, but added The Graduate to my collection. And then also, because I get one for free, I got Animal House. Now, I know a lot of people are nostalgic for Animal House. I was debating myself whether to get this or The Conversation. You know, I was debating myself whether do I want Animal House? You know, do I want John Belushi? Like, you know, it's not something I grew up on. I know it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people say it's one of the best comedies of all time. I mean, they also had Aeroplane there, which was Fly High or whatever. They had a few things, but obviously I went Animal House 1 because, you know, it's John Belushi. I'm a big fan of the Blues Brothers. You know, I'm a fan of a lot of his work. So I wanted to give this one a chance. I do need to watch this movie. I really need to watch this movie. It will be included on my series I finally watched when I eventually get around to that. So I got that for free with The Graduate. I would have paid for The Graduate. I got Animal House for free. I would have bought Aaron Brockovich regardless. I would have bought this one regardless. So, you know, one of the best Julia Roberts stories, like better than Julia Roberts movies. You know, you got Pretty Woman and all that in there as well, but this is one of my favorite Julia Roberts movies. So I would have paid for this regardless. It's got that kind of interesting dynamic of, you know, it's based on a true story. I do like my biopics. Everyone knows I've got a pretty fleshed out biopic section in my main collection. But yeah, Aaron Brockovich I paid for, which means that I would have got, let's see here, I would have got Galaxy Quest for free. Now, I've never seen Galaxy Quest. I know that's going to shock some of you. People say it's one of the best comedies of all time. You know, this is really one of those movies that I've been meaning to watch it for the longest time. I've been meaning to give it a chance. And when I look at this, like, when I look at the little aliens on the back here and stuff, it's kind of telling that I would like it. It's kind of telling that it's like, it's kind of stupid, but it's also, it looks like the type of movie that I'll like. You know, I have a weird taste, and this looks like it would be one of my taste movies. And I got it for free, so I would have bought Aaron Brockovich, so I got Galaxy Quest for free. And then I would have bought Clue. I would have bought Clue, like, absolutely. I would have bought that one regardless. And I got Mickey 17 for free. So, what can I say? I've been meaning to watch Mickey 17. I've been meaning to check it out. I will check it out. But I also got Clue, you know? Clue is the one I bought. This is the one I got for free. Pretty cool. When you count it like that, you know, I got it for free. And I did want to check Mickey 17 out, so it's there now. Now I'm going to show you the $39.98 ones. I will go through them, and I'll show you which ones I bought and which ones I got for free. I would have bought that one regardless. I've never seen Vanilla Sky, but it's Tom Cruise. Everyone knows I'm picking up a lot of Tom Cruise movies. There's a lot of Tom Cruise movies coming out on 4K. I couldn't find Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I think that's just out of stock at the moment. So I will pick that up at some point. I'll just wait for like 30% off and pick that one up at some point. But yeah, I got Vanilla Sky. So that one I would have paid for regardless. So that's pretty cool. Let me just move Geraldo here because Geraldo is going to take up the space I need. We'll just put Geraldo over there. And then with that one, I got Minecraft for free. Steelbook. This is the Steelbook one. I got that for free. I have been meaning to check out the Minecraft movie. I have been meaning to watch it. You know, the chicken jockey thing. I want to understand the sensation that was this. Because on paper, this doesn't seem like a movie that should have done as well as it did. But it did as well as it did. And I did want to add to the collection, but also I want to kind of learn from this movie. I want to understand, you know, I want to understand this movie, what's so appealing about it. I want to understand, going and see what Jack Black and, you know, Jason Momoa and all that. I want to understand this movie. So I bought it steelbook form. I could have got it for $36.98 in the one without the extra Blu-ray in there and all that. But I said, well, it's only $2, $3 more. I might as well put it with the 39s and collect the steelbook. When it's that much of a difference, I will pay the extra little bit to get the steelbook. But I've seen a lot of steelbooks going for like $70, $80 at JB now, and it's kind of off-putting. Like, I've seen like Panic Rooms out, and it's like $70. I saw that Priscilla Queen of the Desert's out, and it's like $119, which is just freaking insane. But, you know, I'll wait for standard editions of those. If Panic Room comes out in a standard edition like these, I'll just get it in that form. And if, you know, if Priscilla Queen of the Desert comes out in regular edition, I'll get that. Although the edition, really, the $119 one was kind of appealing. I almost got it, but I was like, yeah, I better not. Okay, I definitely paid for Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. I definitely paid for that one. I would have bought this one regardless of if there was a sale or not. You know, one of the best westerns ever made, but also, you know, I'm a fan of my westerns. And also I'm a fan of John Wayne. I know a lot of people are not big on John Wayne these days. You know, a lot of problems with him, but, you know, what he stood for in that. But he made good movies. You got to admit, he knew his westerns. He knew how to do westerns, and Jimmy Stewart's in it. So I bought The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. So now that I got The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, I got this movie for free. I'm not too sure about what it's about, but it's called Black Bag. It looks interesting. The fact that this looks interesting just by the cover art, I don't know about Rotten Tomatoes, what people are saying about it. I did a brief look online and just said, okay, it's got okay reviews on it, I guess. But also, this is the kind of stuff that I would usually gravitate towards, you know? This is the type of movie that I might watch regardless. So I got it for free, and when it's free, I'm going to be like, yeah, I got The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, so I might as well get this one for free and check out a movie that I haven't seen before. I also got Jurassic World Rebirth. So I know a lot of people don't like this movie. I know a lot of people don't like this movie. But I am planning to watch through Jurassic Park, the entire series. So when I do the comparison of I finally watched the remasters, that's going to be a separate video to I watched Jurassic Park through and Jurassic World, and here's what I thought about all the movies like right next to each other in sequence. Does it make sense? How does this series overall feel? So I'm looking at doing a whole series review for Jurassic World and Jurassic Park. I just need to have this in the collection for when I do it. So I paid for that one regardless. I would have got that one regardless to complete the Jurassic Park collection. It was $39.98, which I feel like it could have been $36 or maybe even $35. But for what it is, I would have got it anyways. And then with it, I got Mercy. And I have been meaning to check this one out for a while. It's a sci-fi. I mean, you know, it's kind of drawing on Minority Report by the look of it. It's got a lot to do with Minority Report. A lot of similarities. But I have been meaning to check out Mercy for the longest time. I do need to watch it. Got it for free. What can I say? I got it for free. I will check it out for free. And then, it's hard to say which one I bought out of these two. It's hard to say, because I would have paid for either one of these. But what I will say is, I am not someone who grew up on this movie. I've heard a lot of positive reviews about it. I know people are like, this is a holiday movie that I watch every one of these holidays. And it's called Plane, Trains and Automobiles. I do love John Candy movies. You know, I love John Candy, and, you know, Steve Martin's in it as well. Steve Martin's there. He's definitely the star, but I like John Candy movies. I've never seen this one. Never seen it. So, in saying that, I wanted to add this collection. It's one of those movies I could have got a while back, but it's always been like, oh, but it's around American holidays, like Thanksgiving. Do I really want to watch this movie? Like, and the answer is yes, I do want to watch this movie. I want to check it out. I want to understand what it's about. I want to understand its appeal. And it's one of those movies that I want to give a chance to. So, obviously, I would have added this to the collection because it's one of those movies that I don't come past too often in stores. Usually it's one of the first ones that are getting bought. But also, Plane, Trains and Automobiles, I do need to watch for the John Candy performance alone. Like, I need to check it out. And then I also got Megan 2 for free. Now, obviously, I picked up Megan in the 35.98 ones here somewhere. There it is. But I want to do that series. I'm going to do, I finally watched Megan. And then I'm going to review those. I'm going to kind of go like, okay, here's what I thought. Here's how it compares to maybe Child's Play. Here's how it compares overall. I do want to check it out. And I got it for free at this point. I would have probably paid for this one regardless because I want to complete that collection. But the fact that I got it for free with Planes, Trains and Automobiles, that's kind of a win right there. And that's all I got for that little whole pickup towards the end of the sale because now the sale's ended. But also, what I want to talk about real quickly is, a lot of people know I haven't bought 4Ks in the longest time. I really haven't bought them in the good part of a year. So going in, why is my eye hurting right now? The light right above me. But anyways, I haven't went out and bought Blu-rays like this in quite a while, like picking up bundle after bundle after bundle. I mean, people are probably keeping count of how much I'm spending here. I just was like, you know what? I have to feel like myself again. I have to feel like, part of me has to understand and, keep adding to the collection, but also now that I have space to expand, I can do it, but also I don't want to add just bloat to the collection still. Like, there is a lot of bloat in my collection, but also I don't want to just pick up movies like The Conversation, which, yeah, it's got Gene Hackman in there, but I know there's kind of a polarizing thing around it. Some film buffs say you should love it because it's this and this. Some people say, no, I don't like that movie. No one should like this movie. So it's kind of polarizing. I don't know what's going on with my belly right now. Anyways, I understand the polarizing nature around it. So I don't want to add that to the collection unless there's another sale down the track and, if I get it free with something else that I want, then maybe. I wanted to see if Dogma was in. I never came past Dogma in JB Hi-Fi. And also it was like $50 anyways if I wanted to get it. I didn't want to get it online. But there's a lot of that going on, there's a lot of that. I'll put a Roldo back up there because it's looking a bit blank. I'll use him just sitting towards the end there. Here's your glasses, mate. Put them on. There you go. There you go, champ. Got your glasses on. But, there's a lot of things towards that. I'll put Mr. Z next to him. A lot of you don't know Mr. Z, but this is like his out there cousin. Mr. Z, he pities people who don't like collecting. Mr. Z. If you follow the social media, you know about Mr. Z already, but if you don't follow the social medias, then, yeah, I'm not going to explain the law. Anyways, what I'm saying is that I haven't done pickup in the longest time. I went there for these two. I went to Roselands. I could have sat the one out and said, you know what, I don't need any more 4Ks. But as soon as Michael Watson 100 posted a comment in one of my first videos, the one from 2 videos ago from this, not the last collector video, the one before it, and said they're at Roselands, I ran to Roselands and bought them. And I was in the store for 3 hours, basically, or 4 hours. I got there at 1 and bought these. I bought these right when I walked into the store. And then I stayed there for an extra 3 hours and just browsed and looked for stuff. I did want to get my hands on a couple others. I think there was others I had people looking for, like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is apparently out. There's also, obviously, not Top Gun, what's it called? Mission Impossible. There's also other ones there that I think, like, I saw 28 Weeks Later's out and also 28 Weeks Later, The Bone Temple. I want to pick those up, but they didn't have 28 Years Later in stock, so I ended up not getting The Bone Temple either. So I was like, I just want them both, and I might even get a box set with that one, just get 2 in 1. But, there's stuff like that. I do want Panic Room, but I'm not going to pay $74 for it. I want Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, but I'm not going to pay $119 for it. There's just some silly prices at JB Hi-Fi. I saw that the It TV show was out. I don't know. I might pick that up when it goes a bit cheaper. For the Steelbook and even Standard Edition, it's at least 60. I might just wait until it goes to 40 or something. And when it's more reasonable, like 44, like Fallout is, maybe then. But I know HBO always goes for a bit more. But yeah, what can I say? I'm happy with how much I bought. I am happy with the spend. Obviously, at the end of the day, it's all about how much you're willing to spend. I also looked at the Dean Cain Superman series, which is out on Blu-ray. I also saw that the animated series of Batman, you know, the 90s one, is out there in being produced again. I do want to add those to the collection, but I don't know, I'll just wait for 50% of box sets. That's not something I need right now. So I was like, you know, I can wait for these ones. They're sleeper ones. I do like Dean Cain. I do like Dean Cain as Superman. I don't like, you know, obviously people say, oh, he's this and that for this and that in America at the moment. I don't care about him in his politics. I don't care what he's doing in America at the moment. I'm sure that he's probably got the same reception as Hulk Hogan at the moment. Or, you know, he's probably ruined some of his legacy with some people. But for me, he's Superman from the 90s. So for me, I'm not really hung up on, oh, he does this and that in America. I'm like, how, you know, I grew up on Superman in the 90s. It was on TV, and I remember watching, he's the first Superman I really remember watching. So there's that. But anyways, guys, I've ranted on here for 25.5 minutes, 26 minutes almost. So I will end it here. If you like this video, like, subscribe, drop a comment, watch a couple of the end screens. You can watch everything in OR. What did you pick up in the JB sales? How big was your spend in the JB sales? Obviously, you know, buy one, get one free is a great deal. What did you buy? What did you end up picking up? I want to know. Jump down in the comments, go follow my socials, hype the video, do what you need to do, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.